Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be doing a bit of a strange, I don't know if you could really call this too strange, it's a very simple strategy. It's Triostronix, Keratoporcus, Scollosaurus, and Parallax. However, the thing is though, so the Parallax is only level 16, and everything else is level 20, and the only thing boosted is my pig. Because I'm a fucking dumbass and I love the damn pig. It's just fun, my guys. It's just fun. It's an interesting chomper. It has 20% armor, which is actually pretty decent. The main thing I do dislike about it is that it's not vulnerable, resistant, or immune. And there's no... I don't mind it not having any resilient traits. It's kind of lame, but oh well. It can live without them. What I do really dislike, though, is how... its ancestors, Woolly Rhino has 50% vulnerable resistance. Archaeotherium is 100% immune to vulnerable, and yet this bitch got none. Like the fuck? Excuse me, bitch. Also, I do think it should be slightly faster. It's 110 speed, which is only 2 above Woolly Rhino's 108 speed. And then you have like Archaeotherium like at 121 or something like that. Let me look real quick at the speed, because most pigs are fairly fast, usually ranging in about 120 speed. I'm trying to look for that now, at least with Archae. Let's see, there he is. Yeah, Archae, yeah, he has 121 speed, so, and 20% crit chance. So I do think, yeah, Piggy should have at least a little more crit chance, 10% crit chance, and then just, I don't think it should have much speed, because 110 is okay. I do wish it was slightly faster. Like, 114 speed would be fine. That would be 6 above the Woolly Rhino and just 7 below Archaeotherium, which would be, in my opinion, a fairly good balance between their speeds. But it's just, overall, Kratos is not a bad Fierce. In fact, in my opinion, it's actually one of the better legendary Fierces. Although, unfortunately, it doesn't really have a gimmick. Like most of the other ones, Triostronix has Refresh, Ready to Crush, Defense and Rampage, and a shit ton of immunities. Spinotasuchus bleeds a lot. That's about it. That's its niche. It's a bleeder. Indominus Rex has Cloak, insane damage output, a shit ton of resistances, and decent tanking. Ceratops. I shouldn't even have to fucking tell you. It's the goddamn rat for a reason. Alicino, Baby Thor. And then you have Corretto, which... it does have somewhat of a niche. It's a tanky Fierce, which is... And it's not like with Indominus Rex, where its tanking comes from, like, dodge. It's tanky because it's tanky. It has 20% armor, 4,500 HP, a way to speed itself up, which Mutual Fury is decent. I don't care for it. Usually it can help a bit, especially in raids. But mainly I do just like it just simply because how fucking slow the pig is, you don't usually go faster than most creatures that you try and fight. And usually it's better to just Impact and then Rampage than try and buff yourself with Mutual Fury, because you just get off more damage with Impact and then into Rampage than Mutual Fury into Rampage. The only time it's really a good idea is if you know you're going to be faster than them and they're going to kill you the second turn anyways. So you may as well just get the 3x damage off rather than just 1.5. But unfortunately, though, Corretto usually can't because it's so fucking slow. 110 speed kills it. Oh, and a 5% crit chance. Really? Just why? It's exclusive as well. It should be one of the better Fierces. But it isn't. I mean, hell, it has 2 group-shattering moves, for goodness sakes. It should be good even against Phlox, but, Phlox mostly rely on dodge and distraction, which completely fuck this thing over. Like it should. It's a Fierce. It should be fucked over by dodge and distraction. Those are both cunning aspects. But still, just, really? Really? But also, yeah, Corretto also has at level 26, 1,200 damage, which isn't bad, And I do think that could also be, like, just by 50 or 100. Because Woolly Rhino has 1,500 damage. Plus, not only that, it has fucking swapping stun for some god. Well, Woolly Rhino does. Cryoporcus doesn't have any swappings. Cryoporcus doesn't have any passive abilities at all, except for resistances, which aren't really abilities. They are passive items. They're not abilities. So, unfortunately, you can't swap in Corrado for a little extra damage. You don't have an auto-escape from Corrado. Which, I mean, it makes sense. Corrado shouldn't have... I don't think, in my opinion, it should have a swap-in stunning strike. That just really doesn't make sense with how it's built. It's a chopper. Kind of. It really shouldn't swap in and deal damage. That just kind of doesn't feel right. But I do think it should at least have a little more damage in that aspect then. So it has 1,200 damage. Archaea Ethereum has 1,000 damage itself. Woolly Rhino has 1,500, so 1,250, 1,300 should be fine. That would actually allow it to... it should allow it to two-shot Testa. And even with the counter-power heal, I'm not sure how well it does against Testa with... including Dig In, I don't know. However, Corrado is actually surprisingly good against Testa, even when set up. Like, the only problem comes from the fact that it's not fucking vulnerable resistant or immune. If it was, like it should be, it minimum 75% or just make it immune. I mean, it's a Fierce, come on. Just make it immune. Lydia, please. It only has 2 moves that cleanse it, and 1 move actually just buffs the other... just buffs the enemy as well for 50% damage, so... You really technically only have 1 move that actually completely negates vulnerable. So, yeah. Porky. Also, somehow it still has 4,500 HP. Lydia usually likes to nerf health a lot when it comes to combining creatures. Cryoporcus is actually one of the few that doesn't suffer it. In fact, it still has the same exact health as Woolly Rhino, with even better armor. Like, the only set it actually has worse than Woolly Rhino is damage. And that's by 300, while the other stats aren't really either are the same or slightly better, only 2 extra speed and 10% armor. 10% extra armor, though, definitely does help. Because, in total, let me calculate this out real quick. So, 4,500 times 20% armor. Hold on. I'm stupid, okay? Just give me a second. It's 5,400 without any extra bonus damage. And that's also without any armor-piercing abilities, which most Resilients don't have, including Testa. And, honestly, though, card is actually surprisingly fun. I think it just needs a slight push. Like, just ever so slightly. Just a little more damage, a little more speed. Well, the crit chance, it's only at 5%. I really couldn't care about that. It's annoying that it's 5% when it should be a little higher, but that's debatable. Like, who cares about crit chance of all damn things? Yeah, they can be annoying, but it's 5 to 10%. Those are pretty fucking rare, and then when they do happen, it's like, oh, what the hell? But yeah, damage and speed, though, definitely are a help. And I definitely think they could help against, faster resilience and stuff. Yeah. And the moveset overall is a really basic. It's a very basic Fierce, but it is still surprisingly fun. I will give it that. It has Group Defense, Shattering Strike, Mutual Fury, Group Shattering Impact, and Fierce Rampage, which you can obviously see in the video. But still, it's a fine Fierce moveset. It should have some kind of Resilient due to Woolly Rhino existing. And honestly, I do think that if it had some kind of if it just had Group Taunting Shield Strike, but no cooldown for its basic, I'd be fine with that. I think that would actually be pretty cool for the pig. I mean, it wouldn't be as useful. Corrado is kind of a mini Thor in raids, except he can also just buff his own damage, which is bullshit. It's funny, I'll give it that. It is definitely a mini Thor, though, especially for, legendary raids and shit. Unfortunately, he just doesn't have the damage like Thor to really do that. And even at 1,300 damage, he still wouldn't. It's only for the group shattering impact, that's only 150 extra damage. But yeah, still. I just spent the entire Scorpios right talking about Focus. Sorry, but this was overall, I will give it, this was a fun raid strategy, and if you want to try out Scorpios with lower level, you definitely should with this strat. It's fairly viable. And anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the video, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.